Stop what you're doing and look at her right now. Really look. That innocent smile, those caring eyes, the way she asks about your day. What if I told you that 47% of women currently having affairs display these exact same behaviors? What if the signs you think prove her loyalty are actually evidence of her betrayal? The next 20 minutes will either confirm your trust or shatter every assumption you've ever made about the woman you love. But before I expose these hidden betrayal tactics, I need you to do something that could literally save other men from the heartbreak you might be experiencing right now. Hit that like button. Not for me, but for every man who needs to see this truth before it's too late. And if this information opens your eyes to something you never saw coming, subscribe and ring that notification bell, because I'm about to reveal secrets that dating coaches won't tell you and relationship experts are too scared to discuss. One more thing, drop a comment and tell me what city you're watching from. Let me know, because what I'm seeing suggests this epidemic is destroying relationships in every major city across the globe, and I need to understand just how far this has spread. Hidden spot 1, girls' night sleepovers. Here's the most innocent phrase that's destroying marriages across the country. Girls' night. You hear it and immediately think wine, gossip, and harmless fun. She counts on that reaction because it's the perfect psychological shield that makes questioning her seem controlling and pathetic. The sleepover alibi works because it exploits your respect for female friendship. What loving partner would question a woman supporting her friend through a difficult time? When she says she's staying overnight to help someone through a breakup, your only socially acceptable response is encouragement. Meanwhile, that friend's apartment becomes the perfect cover for hours of uninterrupted time with someone else. Here's the twisted psychology behind this deception. Women create elaborate friendship narratives specifically to justify overnight absences. That friend who's supposedly going through a divorce, her marriage might be perfectly fine, but she's willing to play the role of emotional wreck to provide cover. The friend dealing with depression who needs support, she's actually covering night shifts so your woman can disappear guilt-free. Watch for these warning signs. Sudden increase in female friends who need emotional support, sleepovers that always happen at the same location instead of rotating between friend groups. She returns, unusually refreshed, rather than tired from staying up talking, and her stories about these nights are either frustratingly vague or suspiciously detailed with rehearsed-sounding anecdotes. But apartment alibis are child's play compared to what happens at the gym. Hidden spot 2, the gym locker room. The gym is the perfect crime scene because it's the one place where being sweaty, breathless, and unavailable for hours isn't just normal, it's expected. You can't text during a workout, right? Your heart rate should be elevated, right? She's counting on these assumptions to give her the perfect cover. Here's the psychological brilliance. Fitness routines create the most believable long absences because they come with physical evidence that's impossible to fake any other way. That post-workout glow, slightly damp hair, flushed skin, these are signs you want to see because they represent health, discipline, and self-care. What loving partner would question their woman's commitment to fitness? Modern gyms are designed with privacy features that make affairs almost inevitable. Private changing rooms, family facilities with locking doors, personal training areas, and most crucially, trainer access to facilities after normal hours. That expensive membership you're encouraging, it might be buying her access to private spaces with someone who has keys to the entire building. Watch for these signs: sudden intense interest in fitness, but only at specific locations with particular trainers, gym sessions that become dramatically longer without proportional fitness improvements, preference for showering at the gym rather than home, gym clothes in her car that don't match the workout she claimed to do, and heart rate or fitness tracking data that doesn't align with her claimed activities. But if you think gym deception is sophisticated, wait until you hear about business travel. Hidden spot 3, business trips and hotel lobbies. Business travel is the nuclear option of affair alibis because it's pre-planned, professionally necessary, and comes with unquestionable legitimacy that you literally cannot challenge without seeming unsupportive of her career and financial contribution to your relationship. The business trip affair isn't about sneaking around. It's about engineering legitimate professional opportunities that overlap with personal betrayal. Conference circuits, industry events, client meetings, and training sessions create perfect cover because everything is real, documented, and verifiable. The hotel stays are company approved, the locations are predetermined, and the timing is set by professional obligations you cannot control or question. Here's the devastating psychology. Professional success becomes emotional cover for personal betrayal. When she returns from these trips energized about her career, networking achievements, and new business opportunities, you feel proud of her growth. That enthusiasm you're seeing isn't just professional. It's the excitement of having an entire separate life disguised as work dedication. The paper trail for business affair is bulletproof. Expense reports with legitimate receipts, conference schedules that account for every hour, hotel reservations made by corporate travel departments, and even photos from professional events. Everything is documented, everything is real, and everything provides perfect cover for activities that happen in the margins of legitimate business. Modern conference culture makes this easier than ever. Hotels attached to conference centers, networking events that run late into the evening, industry dinner parties, and professional social hours all provide opportunities for private encounters disguised as career development. She's not sneaking around, she's hiding in plain sight within professional environments. Watch for these signs. Sudden increase in business travel opportunities to the same locations or events. Unusual excitement about conferences or training sessions. Social media posts from business trips that seem more social than professional. Professional networking that becomes a dominant conversation topic, and energy levels after business trips that don't match the supposed stress of work travel. Corporate travel is sophisticated, but the most dangerous location requires no advanced planning whatsoever. Hidden spot 4, parking garages. The most devastating affairs happen in locations so ordinary that they're psychologically invisible. Parking garages are everywhere, unremarkable, and perfect for encounters that can happen anywhere, anytime, without reservations, planning, or paper trails. Multi-level parking structures are designed for functionality, not security. Cameras focus on entrances and exits rather than individual parking spaces. Lighting is minimal to save costs. The constant flow of vehicles means that 2 cars parked near each other doesn't attract attention. It could mean anything from someone helping with a dead battery to sharing directions or just coincidental parking. Here's the psychological genius. These spaces exist in a mental blind spot. No one remembers seeing specific cars or people in parking garages unless something dramatic happens. They're public enough to seem innocent if spotted, but private enough for intimate encounters. They're spaces people move through without paying attention, making them perfect for activities that need to remain unnoticed. Watch for these signs. Strong preferences for certain parking areas over closer or cheaper options, frequent mentions of parking problems or traffic delays, unexplained time gaps during errands, GPS history showing extended stays in parking areas, and car accessories that prioritize privacy over functionality. But parking structures are nothing compared to the betrayal happening within your trusted social circle. Hidden spot 5, her best friend's house. The cruelest affairs hide behind the people who smile at you during family gatherings while actively orchestrating your betrayal. Her best friends aren't just covering for her. They're operating safe houses for systematic deception that destroys relationships while maintaining social appearances. Friend-enabled affairs represent the deepest level of betrayal because they involve multiple people in your social circle actively working against your relationship. That close friend who seems so supportive of your relationship. She might be providing the location, alibis, and witness testimony needed to maintain elaborate deceptions. the friend's house becomes a fully equipped affair location with domestic comfort, complete privacy, and zero risk of unexpected encounters. Here's the psychological manipulation. Female friendship networks create unbreachable alibi systems because questioning them appears controlling, paranoid, and socially unacceptable. When she says she's helping a friend through a difficult time, your only acceptable response is support and encouragement. Meanwhile, that friend is facilitating betrayal while maintaining perfect social appearances. The coordination required for friend-enabled affairs is sophisticated and systematic. Group text messages create documented conversations about innocent activities. Social media posts provide digital alibis showing friends in other locations during affair times. Multiple friends participate in creating believable cover stories that can withstand casual questioning or verification attempts. The friend's house provides everything a hotel would offer, but with emotional justification rather than financial cost. Privacy, comfort, security, and legitimacy, all disguised as female friendship and mutual support. She can leave belongings there, receive mail there, and even shower there while maintaining perfect alibis for extended absences. Watch for these signs. Specific friends becoming central to multiple activities and plans. Friends' houses becoming frequent destinations for various projects requiring extensive time. Friends seeming nervous or overcompensating during interactions with you. Group dynamics that shift when you're present. And friend availability that perfectly matches your partner's absences. Friend betrayal cuts deepest, but the next location weaponizes everyday professional routines. Hidden spot 6. Coffee shops and co-working spaces. She's not just getting productivity and caffeine during those extended work sessions. She's conducting an affair disguised as professional development in spaces specifically designed to normalize private meetings and flexible schedules. Remote work culture has created the perfect environment for affairs by normalizing long absences in public spaces for professional reasons. Coffee shops with co-working areas, private meeting rooms, and business-friendly atmospheres provide ideal cover because everything appears legitimate and productive. The digital nomad lifestyle makes extended coffee shop sessions seem professional rather than suspicious. Here's the psychological brilliance. These spaces are designed for privacy within public settings. Private meeting rooms for client consultations, soundproofing for confidential business calls, and professional atmospheres that discourage interruptions. The business model itself provides perfect cover. Room rentals appear on credit card statements as legitimate business expenses rather than suspicious charges. The remote work affair combines legitimate productivity with illegitimate activities in ways that create perfect alibis. Real work gets completed during these sessions, actual business relationships develop, and genuine professional growth occurs, all while providing cover for personal relationships that have nothing to do with career development. Modern coffee shop culture makes this deception nearly undetectable. Laptop work, phone calls, private meetings, and extended stays are completely normal behaviors. Rotating between multiple locations prevents pattern recognition while maintaining the professional appearance of finding optimal work environments. Watch for these signs. Sudden preference for working outside the home when home productivity was previously adequate. Specific coffee shops becoming regular offices with staff relationships developing. Work productivity that doesn't match time invested in these sessions, defensive reactions to workspace choice questions, and energy levels after work sessions that don't align with professional stress. Coffee shop productivity is clever, but retail environments provide even more perfect cover. Hidden spot 7. Retail stores and malls. Those shopping bags aren't just evidence of retail therapy. They're proof of a sophisticated alibi system that transforms consumer culture into the perfect cover for extended affairs disguised as ordinary shopping behavior. Shopping centers provide ideal affair environments because they're socially acceptable destinations for extended visits, create legitimate paper trails through purchase receipts, and offer multiple private spaces within public venues that most customers never see. Employee areas, management offices, storage spaces, and after-hours access create numerous opportunities for private encounters disguised as retail activities. Here's the psychological manipulation. Retail environments are so normalized in consumer culture that questioning extended shopping trips seems unreasonable and controlling. What partner challenges their significant other's need for retail therapy, seasonal wardrobe updates, or the complex process of finding perfect items that requires visiting multiple stores and trying various options? The retail affair network operates through employee connections that provide insider access to private spaces and after-hours opportunities. Staff break rooms, management offices, storage areas, and the retail spaces themselves, after closing hours, become private venues with complete security and comfort. The retail employee provides both the location and the professional cover needed for extended absences. Shopping bag alibis are particularly sophisticated because they combine legitimate purchases with illegitimate time usage. Small purchases made at the beginning or end of encounters provide receipts that timestamp entire shopping trips. Loyalty cards accumulate points, email systems collect promotional receipts, and credit card statements show regular retail patterns that appear completely normal. Watch for these signs: shopping trips that become longer without proportional purchases, developing close relationships with specific store employees, strong preferences for certain retail locations, even when closer options exist, shopping that doesn't align with actual needs or budget constraints, and territorial behavior about preferred stores or defensive reactions to shopping companion offers. But elaborate retail alibis pale compared to the most dangerous affair location of all. Hidden spot 8. The car itself. The most devastating betrayal happens in the space you trust most. Vehicles that transform from simple transportation into mobile affair locations that can appear anywhere, anytime, without advanced planning, reservations, or digital paper trails that can be traced or verified. Automotive affairs represent the ultimate deception because they're completely portable, spontaneous, and invisible within normal transportation patterns. Every car becomes a potential private space that can be positioned in any location within driving distance, creating unlimited possibilities for encounters disguised as routine errands, work commutes, or normal travel activities. Here's the psychological advantage. Cars exist everywhere in modern life, making them psychologically invisible as affair locations. Two vehicles parked near each other could indicate countless legitimate activities, sharing directions, helping with mechanical problems, or simple coincidental parking. The mobility eliminates the need for advanced planning, reducing digital evidence and coordination requirements. Modern vehicles enhance affair capabilities with privacy features that seem practical for normal use. Window tinting for sun protection, sunshades for temperature control, spacious interiors for comfort, and accessories that create private spaces within public locations. These modifications appear responsible and practical while enabling activities that have nothing to do with transportation. The mobile affair network operates across unlimited geographical areas. Quiet residential streets where unfamiliar cars don't attract attention, business district parking during off hours, recreational areas where vehicles regularly appear, and scenic locations where couples commonly park. The entire region becomes available for spontaneous encounters without advanced coordination. Errand-based cover stories provide perfect alibis for mobile affairs. Grocery runs, gas station stops, pharmacy visits, bank errands, and maintenance appointments. Each activity justifies vehicle use and provides legitimate reasons for extended absences with purchase receipts or service records that document presence without revealing actual activities. Watch for these signs: changes in driving patterns or route preferences, vehicle accessories that prioritize privacy over functionality, unexplained mileage, or fuel usage that doesn't match claimed activities, increased cleanliness focus on vehicle interiors, frequent errand volunteering, especially for multi-location tasks, and GPS history, showing locations that don't align with stated destinations.